What is cracking YouTube, man? It's your boy Anthony Spritz, and this is Spritz 2 Live. And you already know my 3 subscribers gonna be eating good because I got a yet another video to drop, and we trying to turn that 3 to 10. So if y'all watching this video, please subscribe, leave a like, comment, all that stuff. But anyway, today we gonna be talking about the PS5 Pro. It's a pro version of the base PS5 and also the Slim or whatever that they just announced, and I have some thoughts, and you already know. So I'm gonna be covering that today. So welcome to the channel if you're new to the channel. Yeah, the PS5 Pro. First of all, we're gonna talk about that price because Sony is just after our pockets, man. Now, in their defense, it is an upgrade, right? They have the graphics card, or the GPU that's in the console, basically the thing that runs the graphics on your console and stuff, is more powerful, more RAM, more memory, all that stuff. However, does that equate to the $700 price tag? In my opinion, it doesn't. But I mean, I'm not as up in arms as a whole lot of people are about this, just because I had time to weigh out some of the upgrades and what they're offering in the PS5 Pro versus the base model and the Slim. So, is it worth the 700? My opinion, no. If you're coming from PS4, you're trying to get you a little PS5, I say, get you the little base model. I think that's like 3-4. I think it's like 400 still. Get your little you comes with the stand, it comes with the little the disc slot and all that. Or you can upgrade to the PS5 Slim, which I still think is a very good bargain. You get more memory. I think it's obviously slimmer and it might be faster or what have you. You gotta have to fact check that. But my point being is, I think that the PS5 Pro is offering some things, some upgrades that aren't quite there yet. And what I mean by that is, I don't think the PS5 as a whole has met its potential, and I think that's really what the video is going to be about. So like I said, welcome to the channel. I am your host, Anthony Spritz, and I'm about to cook, man. So strap in, get your little snacks ready. This might be a quick little video, but I think I got some, stuff. I got some, so we're going to jump right in. Let's get it. So I want to start by talking about the launch of the PS5, right? As we all know, when the PS5 came out, it was in the midst of the pandemic, which has slowed down a whole bunch of things. Video games are no exception. In fact, I think the video game market and industry was impacted heavily. But that's a video for another time. My point being, when the PS5 finally came out and the shortages and stuff were addressed properly and everybody had their little PlayStations and things like that, I think developers were really set back, and they weren't developing games at their full potential the way they could have been had the pandemic never happened, right? And I think that plays into the situation we have now. I still feel like my base PS5 has not met its true potential, and that a lot of developers aren't using the maximum capacity of the machine and what my PS5 can do, let alone a Slim or a PS5 Pro, right? So for me, I think that the potential of the PS5, the vanilla PS5 at that, is still up in the air. It still hasn't been hit or utilized in a way where I'm like, okay, they're using it, my machine's is operating at full cylinders. I feel like I'm justified in my upgrade, right? I could go sell my PS5, whatever, get the Pro or whatever like that. So I feel like when I'm looking at the PS5 Pro, which comes with some upgrades, right? It has that, like I mentioned before, it has the GPU upgrade, more RAM, it has more storage. Some of the ports are changed. Things like that. I think it's slimmer than the vanilla PS5. Obviously, it doesn't come with a disc tray or the stand, and for 700, I do feel like those features probably should be included. However, I digress. They said that it could be used it could be stood up without the stand or whatever. So you can take that how you want to take that. But my point being, right, is that the potential of the machine hasn't been reached. So when we look at the PS5 and we look at the things that they offer, like the upscaling and things like that to make the graphics more pretty, and the DLSS or whatever you call it, that makes everything more shiny and, you know, reflective, things like that, we're still looking at games that are not running at a locked 60 frames per second. And that just means that, like, you're not getting an optimal experience, in my opinion, because if some games are running at 60 and some games are running at 30 and I have a PS5 Pro, I feel like I'm getting shortchanged. That's just me, right? Because I could get the PS5 Slim that costs less, or the PS5 Vanilla, and still get an experience that is at least close to what we're getting from the PS5 Pro. Now, it does come with like upscaling and, like I said before, and backwards compatibility for a bunch of PS4 games, which I feel like they should have had anyway, but I digress. You know, they have thousands of PS4 games that are supposed to be running at a higher resolution and things like that. But another thing about the PS5 Pro is that for newer games, developers are going to have to specifically make their game for the PS5 Pro enhancements. So if you're a developer and you're making a new game that's going to be running for a PS5 Pro, you have to specifically make that game for the technology that they've developed for the PS5 Pro. And I feel like a lot of developers probably aren't doing this yet. I could be wrong about that, but that's where I come to the conclusion of the PS5 Pro is basically like an investment in a way, because I feel like you're buying it for later down the road when the potential of the machine is getting reached and these developers are making the game in a way that it'll be running in its best form on the PS5 Pro, if that makes any sense. So what I'm trying to say is, when the developers are cooking up the games and stuff like that, and it's really hitting on that PS5 Pro, and the PS5 Vanilla or the PS5 Slim is not giving you that optimal experience, then I think then we can talk about the Pro being a worthy upgrade or a worthy purchase, in my opinion, in my eyes, right? So me yapping, I'm on my soapbox, you know, like I said, I told y'all I'm cooking today, so I'm really going for it. PS5 Pro, it just had me thinking, man. It had me rubbing my chin and shit like a little philosopher, you feel me? So I had to come on here and let y'all know how I'm thinking about this thing, because I'm not just thinking about it right now. I'm looking further down the road and seeing how we can get it cracking and what it offers for the future. Now, I did mention pricing earlier in this video. So this console, as we know, is coming in at around $700 US, and I feel like for that price, they're missing, you know, the disc tray and the stand and things like that, and I feel like that should be included for the price. Now, the price itself, I think they could go down $100, $150, but that's just me personally. Sony has a weird history with pricing. We can go back to the PS3 days. Like, I can remember when they dropped the PS3 and that shit was like $600 back in the day, years ago. I can, no exaggeration, pull up to a Walmart back in the day, and all them damn PS3s was just sitting there. No bullshit. Ain't nobody even looking that direction to fuss no damn $600. So I think Sony's idea of pricing can get a little jaded. I feel like they did a better job with the PS4 era, because the PS4 Pro came out and it was priced at a reasonable in a reasonable place to where people could go out and get them and experience what they need to experience, all problems and issues aside day one. That's a whole nother video. But what I'm trying to say is, that $700 is kind of crazy, and there's a reason there's an uproar in the community at the time of this recording, because that's crazy. Sony, y'all got to get y'all shit together as far as the pricing for stuff. But man, that was just me yapping on my soapbox. I'm about to get off my soapbox, but y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this. If you run across this video, leave a comment, leave a like, and if you do leave a comment, let me know what you think about the PS5 Pro. Are you gonna get it? Do you agree with me and my trip and all of that good stuff? Leave it down there. I will be keeping an eye on it, maybe doing some more videos of when people get it, when it comes out, and seeing their whole experience with that situation. But as for now, that's kind of where my head's at with the PS5 Pro. I mean, I can kind of see the potential that they're going for, but at the same time, I feel like my vanilla PS5 has still got a ways to go. I believe in it. I think it can do it. So yeah, man, that's just what's been on my little heart. So if y'all enjoyed the video, like I said, y'all know exactly what to do. This has been Anthony Spritz, man. Spritz 2 Live, and just like that, man, we gone. Oh.